I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. Oh. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me. Just watch me. Just watch me.
like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I'm the winner, yeah. I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, and I know my stain. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. You know exactly where to push or pull, and I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, and I know my stain. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang.
change my mind. You're headstrong forward, but this time around I'm taking my time. Don't push me, I'm not coming down, I'm not giving up. Oh, don't rush me, I made up my mind, going straight to the top. Follow blindly, way my own way. See the truth behind it. Am I the only one who's not giving up? I'm looking around, yeah, you all giving up. You need a slap in your face, time to wake the hell up. Follow blindly. Am I the only one who's not giving up? Hey, what's going on now? Do you see what I mean? Nobody gives a damn, and still they bow down, just appeasing the game. To the visible hands off, you're not getting me no matter how hard you try. So just stay off, come near and I'll leave, I'm just fine getting by. Follow blindly, way my own way. See the truth behind it. Am I the only one who's not giving up? I'm looking around, yeah, you all giving up. You need a slap in your face, time to wake the hell up. Follow blindly. Am I the only one who's not giving up?
Butter. Hang on. Make sure all the settings are in the right places. Sally. Because the music did not go down. It did not go down. That's better. All right. So anyway, most interactive participant. We've also got breakout sessions. We did an hour and a half yesterday inside of the laser coaching yesterday. After we ended up going dark, we spent a long time together with those who were here live. Now, don't forget to upgrade if you want to the VIP in the dashboard. It is literally, you're going to get access to the 3-day event, which once you come through today, you're going to really want that. Also, there are prizes and different ways to win prizes. Of course, there is the most interactive for being here live, but also we've got the pre-party posts, the home play, and the daily live challenge. And they've already, we've already got a few. I love the live challenge. Seriously, it's one of my most favorite parts of having a boot camp with you guys is watching your videos. I was laying in there about 9 o'clock last night, winding down, watching all of your amazing videos. And I think the people that I can remember, there was like Kathy and Jess, Lynn. There was quite a few of you who I was just really, really enjoying it. It's my guilty pleasure. Also, just a recap on what we've covered so far. Yesterday, if you did not yet go and watch yesterday, then I would recommend you go back and catch up on day 1, the one path to evergreen. And we also created 12 weeks worth of content in 5 minutes. So it was a great session. And today is the one winning offer. Now, before we get into today's content, I wanted to come on over to the Zoom room and let's hear from some people who actually did join us in Breakout. I'd love to hear, what was your biggest aha moment yesterday? What did you like best about day number 1? Let's bring up 3 people to give us a bit of a recap on what they like best about day 1. Eeny, meeny, if you don't raise your hand, I'm just going to call you Lynn. Lynn, what did you like best about yesterday?
I knew it was coming. So I really enjoyed being motivated to get on camera. So realizing that creating evergreen content really is a journey, it's a process. And just because you make something and you think it's good, like there's some steps to take. And so that was awesome to hear. And then just having lives be an integral process of our promotion and our lead magnet. And again, the little kick in the butt for us all to do that and getting on camera and doing our, hey, I'm on Facebook Live. And it just was fun and good and motivating.
I love that. So wonderful. What about you, Jess? Jessica, come on up. What did you like best about yesterday? You spent a lot of time with us too in the breakout and the dark side of the sparkle after we went dark from the live. What did you like best about yesterday?
Well, the dark side of the sparkle, like the wording of that. That was actually just really nice to be able to go deeper on a lot of things. But I think that my main kind of takeaways from it were the idea of difference between evergreen for content and evergreen for other parts of the business. That was really cool. Also, we talked about in the dark side, the difference between a product and an offer. And I think that as someone who's not super business savvy, doesn't really, get down with the terminology quite so much, it was really nice to have that kind of clarification. And I don't know if others can kind of relate, but oftentimes as a kind of like, solo kind of business owner, it's just nice to be able to connect with other people and actually hear what they're going through, what their kind of challenge points, struggle points are, but then also just like why they are doing what they're doing. It was really cool to hear some really inspiring stories from other people. So
thank you. And Rosabelle, I see you hiding there. Why don't you come on up and let us know what you like best about yesterday? She's looking for the button. There she is.
Yes, I found the button. That whole thing about evergreen, it was always a blur in my mind. And you got us really clear about what it takes to go evergreen. So when we look at all these other people doing it, we go, why don't I do that? It's so easy. Whoa, think again. So that was made really clear. I love your teaching style. I love that, it's almost like this is meant as a compliment. It's like you're teaching kindergarten. So you know what? Because you get us all to understand from every point of view, so we can see it from different sides. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
And the fact that you really pushed us to go do a video, that was hilarious. I did mine. But as if you saw it, you'll see that phone call came in between and it's like you lost like a minute of my words. And I go, oh, there's many little things to pay attention to when you're doing live videos. And now I guess I just have to go in the trenches to learn it all and stop trying to be so perfect before I get out there.
That's it. Just put your message out there. You're going to learn so much more by actually working with people. There's so much we can do, like in developing an idea, but really the development of that idea into a real product actually works better when you're working with people and you get those iterations that you go through over time. So thank you so much for sharing. So thank you everyone for joining us. Now let's actually look at, and I really appreciate all of the beautiful words from everyone who is joining us today live. Now let's have a look at day 2. We've got a jam-packed day. So get ready for lots and lots of note-taking today. So we're going to begin with the power of 1, and I'm going to teach you where to focus when it comes to your sales and marketing strategies. Also, we're going to be talking about your dream client, and we've got an activity around that. And also, we're going to break down what is a winning offer. And a lot of people get your offer confused with your program, which it's not. Your offer is just, it's the whole thing, not just your program. I'm going to dive deeper into that. Also, I'm going to let you know, because some of you didn't see this morning, because we did a little sneaky sneak. We got one of our experts that we get in every month. She was running her expert session, and we were going to put her in next week. And we thought, let's just see who shows up if we give you like a half-hour warning. So Kanae joined us today, but I'll give you a whole list of who's going to be joining us for Sneak Peek Week. Also, don't forget your home play, your daily Live in 5 challenge, and hang around for the end for those who are here live for our laser coaching when we go on the dark side of the sparkle, when we go out of the live, and everyone who's here, like I spent an hour and a half yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Lucky I didn't have any, well, I actually did have a meeting that I almost didn't make it to because I was having so much fun with you guys. So let's begin with the power of one. Now, I want you to know that what I'm going to share with you now is just part of the things that we're going to cover over the rest of the week. Now, remember, every day builds upon the previous day. So in order to really get the full benefit of this entire program that we're running for you, it is best that you do attend every day because every day will build upon it. So let's talk about the power of one, and I'm going to head on over to my whiteboard, which is your workbook. I'm just going to scroll down here where I'm going to take notes for the power of one. Now, in your sales and marketing strategy, what a lot of people are doing is focusing in on too many things. So let's break down what you should be focused on. And there are just a few things. So the first one is you only need one true lead magnet. Now, we spoke about this yesterday. Your lead magnet should be a live training, right? So you teach people live, of course, with strategy around sales and marketing in your live trainings, and eventually you can actually evergreen that live training. And then you're not just live launching and going through feast and famine, you can actually have sales in between your live events as well. So you only need one lead magnet to truly get true momentum. And I'm going to go even deeper into that tomorrow as well. Also, you only need to focus in on one dream client. So today we're going to go deeper into that, but rather than trying to attract everybody, right, we should be speaking to the people who we really want to work with the best. Now, I hear a lot of people talk about the ideal client. I'm not talking about the ideal. I'm talking about the dreamiest client that you could possibly have. That's what we need to be focusing in and around. The other one is you need to have one clear message. Now, messaging evolves over time, but when you're trying to explain what it is you do and you're trying to tell them everything that you do, your message gets blurry. And I'm going to go deeper into messaging with you today as well. Then also the other is one irresistible. Don't worry if I spell it wrong. One irresistible offer. Now, a lot of people get an offer and your program confused. So we're going to break down what is an irresistible offer, and we're going to wrap that up with messaging a little bit today as well. Also, one traffic source. Now, who feels like they need to be on all the socials? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, I mean, all the places. And it's really, really hard, right? You feel so spread thin when you're trying to be across all of the platforms. So having one traffic source to really focus on is actually going to make you get better at that platform. So I'll give you an example. Say Facebook, right? Facebook, if you think about all the things you can do on Facebook, groups. Okay, what else can you do on Facebook? Let me know in the chat. Things that you know you can do on Facebook. Business page, right? So many other things. Profile photos, banners. Yes, Jessica, DMs, Anthony, lives. Now they've even got reels. You've got events. And then the way in which you use your DMs both on a page and a profile is different. And then there's chat groups inside of Facebook groups now, right? And then events that you've got on business page, on profiles, and in groups. All of these work differently. So can you see there are so many different variables just to Facebook? Now, if we talk about Instagram, for example, you've got reels and stories and DMs, and you can do messenger bots, and you can do carousels, posts, highlights, your profile, your description at the top of your profile, how many links you can do. And again, all of these as well with paid promotions, they're all run differently. Now think about if you're trying to juggle all the traffic sources and learn every single one. We grew to a 7-figure business focusing in on one traffic source. So you just need to choose one. We just focused on Facebook, and I got really, really good at it. I could tell you how to navigate it around inside of Facebook almost with my eyes closed, except they changed the UI a lot. But so pick one platform and go all in. Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Threads? Is it Clubhouse? Is it networking events? Is it conferences? What is your one big traffic source that you're going to go all in and learn the ins and outs of your traffic source? Okay, let's go back to also the power of one. The final thing I want to share with you is, as well as your traffic source, one way to sell. Now, people are trying to sell in many, many different ways as coaches, but in my opinion, all of you should be selling on a sales call. Okay, we're going to go deeper into why on day 4. So join me on day 4 if you want to know why you should be using sales calls over all the other methods. Okay, because it will get you to 6 and 7 figures faster. It's also going to help you define your dream client faster, get clearer on your message, iterate your offer, and then also learn about the traffic source. So by focusing in on sales calls, unless you, even a 7-figure business, we still use sales calls. And if you're going to buy from somebody and you're going to spend over $3,000, wouldn't you want to have a conversation with them? Yeah? So put yourself in your client's shoes. Okay, so that's the power of one. So rather than, and this is a huge one, this one, who keeps creating more and more and more and more content, right? You've got to pick one thing and go all in. Write that down. Pick one thing and go all in. Measure and optimize one lead magnet for 12 months. All right, let's move on down now to your dream client. So in regards to your dream client, I don't want you to think of the up and coming people. It doesn't mean you won't attract the people. For example, in our business, we talk to established business owners who already have clients. However, that doesn't mean we don't attract startups, okay? Because we actually do have a lot of startup businesses that we help. However, if we only spoke to startups, what would happen to those established businesses? They would zone out and they would not be interested in what it was that we do, because we build all the tech, all the automation, we measure your numbers on all the KPIs and all the things most of you don't want to look at. However, if we speak up to those people first, the startups will want to watch because they're like, that's where I want to be. I want to understand the lingo. I want to get there. So always speak to the dream client. Now, Thank you, and I love to give props where props is due. Dean Graziosi introduced me to the DOT client. So if you've ever heard of the good, better, best model, I always go good, better, best, and dreamiest client. But Dean Graziosi calls it the DOT client. Now, let me know in the chat, are you clear, really, really clear about who it is that you serve? To like the point, to the dot. Right? And this is how we do it. So I want you to think broad. First off, who do you help? And it's usually what they call themselves. A mum or, a coach like you guys, right? You're all coaches. You're people who teach people stuff. That's how I see a coach, right? You're teachers, really, at the end of the day. So think broad. What do they call themselves? So we help coaches. Now, how do we help coaches? There are many people out there that help coaches, but also we help them with live streaming. So there are lots of people that help coaches, but do all of them help them with live streaming? Not all of them. But then we go deeper than that. We want to help them go from live eventually to evergreen. So they want to go from live launching, measure their numbers, and eventually get to evergreen. They also know that they need technology. So they want to automate their business and they want to sell a high ticket offer. So $3,000 and above, and they want to transition. So from here, the little dot client, from one-on-one to group. Now, can you see how we help you is very, very defined. So let me do another example for another business. Now, let's say you help people. Maybe you're a weight loss coach, all right? So you help people to lose weight. I think I spelled that wrong, and if I did, dyslexia, hello. You help people lose weight, but how? Like, there are many people in the world, so maybe it is that you help mums lose weight. Now, there are lots of mums. I'm a mum, but I'm a mum of an 18-year-old. Are you talking to me? Or maybe you're talking to mums who want to lose the baby weight. Okay? Then what kind of eating plan do you help them with? I'm a 5-2 faster. That's what I do. But maybe you don't help them with 5-2 fasting. Maybe it's a vegan diet that you help them with. And when it comes to exercising, what do? Do you like to run marathons? Or maybe your dot client likes to do Pilates, right? So as you can see, as we dial in our dot client, it brings in our own methodologies into it as well. So this is actually going to be part of your home play today. This is what I want you to be doing for your home play. So if you go to your workbook, you are going to find the home play document. And in your home play today, you're going to write down who is your dot client. But then we're going to go a little deeper. And I also want you to write the transformation statement. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into that in the next lesson. All right. But before we move to that, I want you all now, we're going to do a working session. And let me explain to you, actually, I'm all out of order here. Let's do the transformation statement. So once you dial in your dream client, then you want to speak to them clearly. So when you write your transformation statement, I want you to think, I help, and insert what they call themselves. Okay, and this isn't using really fancy terminology, okay? When it comes to marketing, you want to write like a fifth grader. Okay, so keep whatever they identify as and what they call themselves. Okay, maybe they don't walk around saying, I'm a spiritual, intuitive guide to, like that's way too narrow. Okay, what do they call themselves? Probably a healer, right? So keep it super simple. Then what problem do you solve, right? So for us, we solve tech and automation systems, right, for coaches. So we set up all the tech and all the automation and we dial in those sexy numbers so they can, and then insert the benefit. So in our business, so you can spend more time doing what you love than buried inside of the tech. So you can spend more time doing what you love, which is helping people. And then you put, this is a little twist on this, and I don't know if any of you have heard this before, but you know when, and then I want you to simplify it with a statement. So for example, I help coaches set up all their sales and marketing system using technology so they can do more of what they love, which is helping people. So you know when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see those little sponsored ads and you click on it and it takes you off to a landing page? I build all of that stuff. Right? So keep it super simple and bring it back to layman's terms. So you could literally have a chat with somebody at the cash register, at the supermarket. And if they, comes up in conversation, you can easily explain it to somebody who is not in your industry. And that way they can go home and tell their friends about it, right? They might know somebody. So I want you to do this, and let's actually do a GSD session. Are you ready? Let's do that. We're going to do a GSD session now for 5 minutes. And I want you to go to your home play page, which will look like that. Inside your document. Now, if you haven't printed it out, you can literally just write it on anything, right? If you're Jess, you might do it in your oh my goodness, I can't remember. It's a journal of some sort that I've been wanting to do for bullet journal. Thank you, Jessica. All right, so 5 minutes. Let's do some GSD together now.
On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind, pride. That's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road to end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. In the heat from my hot California, I forgot how you look like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart, get to your heart. Ooh, you're letting your fears take hold, let them take control, and it's making me crazy. If you could only look at me, you know how I feel, know how I feel. Oh, see how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. That's how much I want it, that's how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. Think twice before you let me go. My eyes are mirrors of my soul. See how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. Look into, look into, look into, look into.
All right, how do we go? Now, if you did not get this finished, this is what we call a page down scenario. So have you ever read a book where you're like, I've got to come back to that section, or I'm halfway through it? You just fold the little corner down. That's what we're doing now, is we're just going to fold that down and we're going to come back to it if you have still got work to do with that. Now, what I want you to do as well is when you're done, and if you want to share, and this is totally up to all of you, and I'd love to see some pictures under the homework post in the Facebook group. I know a lot of you are submitting them on the dashboard, but if you also want to kind of share your handiwork, you can put them underneath the homework post in the Facebook group for other people to see, and also comment on and give you feedback. So when you do your transformation statement today, if you do put it in the Facebook group, then one of our coaches can go in there and actually have a look at it, right? Give you some pointers and some tips and see if you can, make that transformation statement a little clearer. Okay, so what else are we working on today? The one winning offer is what's up next. So the one winning offer, let's head on back to my whiteboard. And I want first to get really clear on what an offer is. Now, I've spoken to so many people about this, and we help people build their offers all the time. And for those of you who have purchased VIP tickets, we will be we can't do everything in this one session today, but imagine if you get to spend 3 full days working on this stuff. So if you do have the VIP ticket, you will get access to the 3-day event where we're going to go way deeper into this. But the offer is actually made up of 3 major components. And what a lot of people try to do is sell their coaching. But to be honest, clients don't actually want your coaching, right? Because that sounds like hard work. What clients want is the outcome. And when you're presenting the offer to them, they need to know 3 things. The offer is not your coaching and is not your program. So let's break it down into what is the actual offer itself. So you have an offer. Okay, this is what you're trying to sell. And your offer is actually broken down into 3 different things. So the first thing that it's broken down into is your program. Okay, so this is what you would call your coaching. I like to call it also your signature method. So your program is like an A to Z. If you think about, here's the problem, okay, down this end, and here's the solution down this end, and you have a particular set of steps that you take them through in your coaching program to get them to the results. So that's one part of your offer, your actual coaching program. The second part of your offer, it's called the promise. So what does your program promise to do? So if we look at the A to Z, you've got the problem down here. So this is the problem. And the Z is the solution. What is the solution? Okay. What do you promise they will achieve at the end of working with you? Now, this will evolve and it will have lots of iterations. But what I find a lot of time, what people are doing when and let me just go a little deeper into this for you. When people are trying to put their offer together and do their promise, what happens is you've got this, larger, I always call this is the rain cloud over here, right? That's a very bad cloud, Sally. For somebody who likes drawing, that's a shocking cloud. It kind of looks like a chef's hat or something. So they're over here and they're not happy, right? They've got a problem. Every time you purchase something, even if it's to buy a bottle of water, you have a problem. You're thirsty. And the solution is to quench your thirst, right? Or to, put, because you're made up of, 80% water, putting it all back, right? And then down here is the beautiful solution. I call it the big, bright, beautiful, sunshiny day. And you're standing over here, and more than likely, you have gone through all of the steps to get to the solution. And so what most of you are doing when you're putting together your promise is you're down here, right? And you're shouting at them, to these people standing over here, not feeling real good, and you're saying all you need to do is do these little steps to jump over these larger problems, and I've done it, and so can you. And what we're doing is we're saying, come do it. It's easy. It's simple. I've done it. Just go through the steps. And we spend lots of time talking and telling people about the solution. So I'm going to challenge you now not to do that anymore. And when you develop your promise, think about your dot dream client, rather than standing over here and they're over here and you're yelling at them, telling them how amazing life is when they just lose the weight. It's easy. Instead, I want you to get an umbrella. Okay, my drawings today are really bad. Okay, we're gonna roll with it. I think it's because I didn't eat breakfast. So I want you to get that umbrella and I want you to walk on over and I want you to stand over here next to them, and instead of telling them what to do, I want you to pitch that umbrella, protect them, and listen more than you speak. There's a reason why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Because what's going to happen is as they start to walk towards you, they're going to hit these hurdles where they get stuck. And when you overcome the problem, you realized where you believe the problems and the hurdles are going to be. However, what happens if they start walking towards you and they hit a roadblock? What are they going to do? Let us know. What would they do when they hit a roadblock? Yes, that's it. They'll get stuck. They freak out. They procrastinate, right? They don't move forward. There's a reason why only, on average, 10% of people actually finish an online course. Is because they're left alone going, yeah, I can hear you. You say it's easy, but I've hit this roadblock. So by standing next to them and listening and holding up that umbrella, you can actually start to create a promise using their words. Because sure, you had your journey, but maybe the first place, maybe you need to bring that one forward for them. That's what makes you different than an online course, right? You're going to be there listening and coaching and helping them. So even though they're going through your program, you are going to learn so much more by listening. And this is another point to why you should be doing sales calls. Because what are you doing? Honestly, on a sales call, you are actually only speaking 20% of the time. If you are doing most of the speaking on a sales call, you're probably doing it wrong. Okay. So can you see the huge difference from saying, hey, it's amazing, to tell me where you're stuck? And these words, write these down. Tell me more. These are 3 beautiful words that will help you to really listen to them as you're standing next to them, learning about what their problem is. And then when it comes to creating your promise and creating your marketing strategy, if they don't use the words, neither do you. Okay? Neither do you. No industry jargon. Maybe you're a mindset coach and you're saying, oh, you've got limiting beliefs. Maybe they don't know what the hell a limiting belief is. Right? Don't use industry jargon. Speak, like I said, marketing is writing like a 5th grader, and the same with your promise. That's why I put that little tweak on the end, remember? So when you wrote that transformation statement, you know, like when, and you pointed out in a very simple way. So that's component number 2 of putting together your offer. And the final part of your offer is the package. Okay, how are you going to package up your offer? So your packaging is a few different things. So one, it is accountability. So how are you going to hold them accountable? And we spoke about this yesterday. Why do people pay? Because they want accountability, they want community, and they want enhanced opportunity. So inside your package is accountability. Also, accessibility. How much access to you are they going to get? You're a coach, right? You have to speak to people. You're not just selling an online course. That's a low ticket offer. A high ticket offer means they have access to you. But design your offer around your lifestyle. If you don't want to work weekends, don't work weekends. Okay, so how much access? The other one is what bonuses, what pricing plan, social proof, how much time it's going to take them to go through it. What guarantees are you going to put into your program? All of this falls under the packaging, and that makes up your complete offer. And that is what you're selling to people. So if you're trying to learn the lingo and the terminology around, what is an offer, what is a program, that's the difference. Most people are just trying to sell their program. They're trying to sell their coaching. If you're trying to help people to lose weight, if you're trying to sell them, you've got to exercise, they don't want to do it. But they want the outcome of fitting into their dress or getting into the summer swimsuit or losing the baby weight. Okay, so don't sell them the coaching. Sell them the promise of the outcome, the benefit that they're going to get from you. And that all comes together with the program, the promise, and the package. And that is a complete, irresistible offer. Now, of course, we don't have time. This is like literally a few days, and we will be going way deeper into this in the 3-day event coming up. But can you see how much more simpler it is? Has it helped to clear up some grey matter around what is an actual offer? Yeah, I'm getting lots of head nods. I love that. We have our homework, which most of you have already done, right? Because we did our 5-minute GSD session. Make sure you do submit it. Let me find that window. It's way too small. Where are you hiding? Hang on. It's here somewhere. There. So make sure you do submit it onto the dashboard. My team will have turned on your little submission buttons, and of course we want you to claim all of your ribbons down the side here so you can get your completion certificate. Now, I know you want to know what is today's live challenge, right? Of course you do. I do, because it's my favourite part of this whole event is watching you all live. So today's live challenge, I want you to think, if I came with a warning label, what would it be? I can tell you what mine would be. Wear ear plugs. I'm loud. I am. I always think my microphone's peaking. Even at the dinner table, I get this from my mum, who we would be in a restaurant and it would be crowded and I would be down the other side of the hotel and I could still hear my mum talking. I totally get that from mum. We project well, right? We talk from our diaphragm, but you would definitely need earplugs, or you may just leave our conversation with industrial deafness. So that's my warning label. Wear earplugs when she's around. So I'd love you to think about, what would your warning label be? I would also love to hear, what did you like best about day number 1 and day number 2, sorry, wow. And now with what we've covered, we're only 2 days into this event. We have 5 days together. What will you do differently now moving forward? Okay, and then submit it on the dashboard as well once you've done your live, so you can claim your ribbon. The ribbons for the lives are manually done by my team. So if you've done your lives, you've got to wait for them to check the button and approve your photo and that onto the board. So I see a few of you are already starting to claim those ribbons, which makes me super excited because, as I said at the beginning of this training, this is brand new software that we're testing. And we're learning how to utilize it well and gamify this along the way. So you may see a few mistakes along the way too, right? Imperfect action at its best. That's what we always do around here. All right, so tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow. This is my favorite day. Tomorrow we're going to speak about the one repeatable growth strategy. Now, when I learned this strategy from a guy called Tyler Garnes, he used 3 words and my world opened up. It's like, you know, the clouds parted, the sun came out, and all of a sudden I could see why I was struggling, why I was not growing. Hey, hello everybody. Where's my camera gone? It's disappeared. 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, we've got to do. Hang on. Where's the camera gone? It's disappeared. Hello, camera. Wake up. Okay. Hopefully we're here. There we go. Yay. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. All right, so thank you for joining us on the live today. We have a prize draw for everyone who's done their homework. So let me head on over to the spinny wheel and then we're going to go dark. So let's head on over. Where is the button? Here it is. All right, so for everyone who did home play, don't worry. You have the opportunity to continue to drop in your homework. And today's homework winner is, first off, for Terry Lynn. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. All right, for those Sparkle fans out there, our prize is Sparkle fans, Sparkle fans. All right. Oh, she should go and buy a lottery ticket, this lady. All right, now we have the home play prize draw, and that is not complete. Let me bring in the home play people. All right, so we need to bring in kickoff call home play, and that is my fault, not my Sarah's fault. And day number 1. And that's the live challenge. All right, let's copy those guys and pop them in. Day number 2. You think I would be organized, right? Nope. This is how we roll around here. Day number 3. And day number 4. And 5. All right, let's spin that wheel and giveaway winner is... Yes, Alan, congratulations. And finally, our Live in 5. Thank you, Sarah, for keeping everything up to date. All right, our Live in 5 challenge is... Oh, my Lord. I swear this lady wins everything. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the live today. We will be back with Encore tomorrow. And don't forget, prize draws will happen for the rest of the week and grand prize at the end of the week.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.